Okay, so again, lever, pull that back, top comes off. So that'll you push that forward. That's the footage counter. So as the roll winds down, see how the needle there moves.
Yep.
It gives you an indicator of how much you've got left in your magazine. So you push that forward so it clicks into place. Then you take the film. So basically, the film spills off in that direction. So if you just look at that little, see that roller there?
Mm-hmm.
There's a small gap in there. So you take this and you feed it into that gap. You sort of feed it through until it takes up. Then using that little knob there, which way does it go? It goes that way.
So it kind of spins reverse. The knob then.
That's a bit of a touch here, so it should happen. That's weird. Oh, it's okay. You should almost, yeah, there we go. So yeah, you need to kind of get it into a position where it's going to engage the sprockets and the thing of that. You should, yeah, like say, as you can see, you should be able to just push it through by hand until when the film comes out there. Then you mount the roll onto the axle there, take up any slack, lid goes back on, and you lock it. Okay, now you can come out of the black bag, right? Now what you have to do is you have to set your loop size because you need a very specific loop of film coming out here. So basically you do that by drawing this along the body of the magazine until you get to that little notch there. So you line it up about there. You feed it back into this side of the magazine and then just let it take up, wind it through. Like I say, you can do this particular part out of the black bag.
Yep.
And you come on to the take up side and it rolls on in that direction. You can see the little line there. Yep. You clamp it into the corbel, lock it in, take up the slack. Yeah, so you need to hold that little knob thing to take it up. Put that back on, lock it, and ordinarily what you would then do is like run a piece of tape across those two latches so that they don't, accidentally come off. And that is how you load a magazine. Take the film, snap it, and just wind it through.
Snap it because you can't reverse?
No, they're only made to run in one direction. Here we go.
Yep.
And that's your that's the protective bung that sits in the back of the camera, so you remove that, just slide that. So there's a little lever down there. You push that, you pull the movement block back, just a little ways. Make sure that notch is lined up with that line there. Right, that's the loading position.
Yep.
So then you slide, so it's like a dovetail joint there.
Oh yeah.
Slide it there and there. So you just slide, pull make sure the loop doesn't get caught on anything. You just slide the magazine under the camera. Like that, sort of guide it in. Make sure it sits. Make sure the film will fall naturally into place. And you do that, then you push that to the closed position. That locks the magazine onto the camera. And then, So what you do, if you have a look, you see that little silver arc there?
Yep.
That's the loop. That's the size. That's the indicator for how big you want the loop to be, or what position it needs to be. So you basically push the film up until it loops, following that approximate path. And then, in theory, what you should be able to do is just push it straight forward. It'll click into place. So what happens is there's 2 registration pins in the movement, and they should, if it's all correctly positioned, should go straight through 2 perfs. Right? And if it doesn't, it'll just sort of jam. You have to pull it out, reposition the film a little bit, and then try it again.
So how do you actually know if it's...
Well, like I say, if it's correctly positioned along that path,
Yep.
then it should be fine.
Okay.
Right? So that clicks in, then what you basically do is give it a couple of turns.
Yeah.
Right? To make sure, you want to make sure that the film's not hitting the bottom of the camera.
Yep.
Right? The loop's too big, or if the loop's too small, it'll be like pulled tight along here. You don't want that either. That's that little switch there. That's the cut-off switch. So when the film comes through, it flicks that and knocks it, and that cuts off the camera.
Yep.
So you have to make sure that that's in the forward position.
Yep.
Which it should always be. So you make sure that the loop is not hitting the top of the camera, not hitting the bottom of the camera, and that it's not too tight. And that looks all good. So then the power for the camera plugs into here. Right. There's a little guide pin there, goes into that little slot there. Right. So then, now in theory, right through, you look at it to make sure it's all good.
So that's just on and off.
On and off there, basically. That tells you your speed, and that's your footage counter. Yeah. So look at the footage counter, you press that button.
Okay.
It shows you it there. And to reset it, you press that, and press that. That's basically it. So to take it off, open it up, roll that round to that notch, push the lever, pull it back a little ways, unlock the magazine, go to open, slide the strut off. That's basically it. So yeah, like I say, it's a bit fiddly to get it right, and if you don't get it right, it can lead to huge problems. Like unsteady pictures and tearing film, and tearing film's a real pain in the ass because you've got to go and take out what you've already done, re-loop it, hook it up again, can out what you've already shot, and then you can start up again, and that just takes a lot of time. Can waste a lot of time on set.
Yeah, but it's like when you do stills and do high dynamic range stuff, and then join it together in Photoshop. That's what they're doing, but they do it in camera.